seconds remaining.
Welcome everyone
Radiant team
to Pandamonium versus Gruesome Grizzlies in the Reddit Dota 2 League
team pick.
Pacific Standard Time Sunday Division. Expecting big things out of this matchup between Pandamonium, who are 1-1 so far, and Gruesome Grizzlies, who are 2-0 undefeated. Go check those standings right now actually to make sure I have that right. PST Sunday standings. Ooh. Yes, I was correct. Oh, I was going to try and see what their past records were, but the website doesn't want to show me. Maybe if I sign in first. Anyway, let's talk about this draft, shall we? See what's going on here. Invoker was banned out, as were Slark, Axe, and Queen of Pain. Axe making a bit of a comeback with this patch. The Blade Mail really, Blade Mail buffs help him a lot. Obviously, he's a good Blade Mail hero, and you know, melee strength heroes are just better now. Which I think buffing strength heroes is something I was in favor of. I think they needed it, especially strength melee heroes. You just weren't seeing them much. So we're in second phase of bans now. Ricky's just been gone. Let's talk about the picks. Pandemonium have picked up a support Lich and a Beastmaster. Beastmaster could be in a number of different roles. We'll have to wait and see what the rest of the draft is. Gruesome Grizzlies opening with a first pick Faceless Void, which is an interesting kind of choice, I'm going to say. I'm following it up with a Jakiro. Jakiro, very strong general purpose hero. Not sort of spectacular in any one area, but good. You know, pushes very well. Has a bit of control. But yeah, Gruesome Grizzlies, I feel like I've got to back up this Faceless Void pick now with a strong draft. See a Clinkspan coming out. Clearly not wanting to deal with any Invis heroes is Gruesome Grizzlies. Certainly not any Invis agility carries. And looks like Pandemonium banning sort of pushing heroes at the minute. Drow and Death Prophet sort of signaling that they might want a bit of a late game. Okay, so we got a Gyrocopter. So this is an off-lane Faceless Void, I'm gonna guess. With the Gyro in the safe lane. Could be mid. Don't see much mid Gyro. Pandemonium sticking with a very, you know, safe draft so far. They're not really showing their hand. They're just picking, you know, two supports and an off-laner really so far. So we'll have to see what their cores are. But I like their approach to the draft a bit better than Gruesome Grizzlies, sort of putting everything out there and saying these are our big core heroes straight away, and then trying to fill in with supports later on. And here is their first support line, a good support pick. And one that I think will serve them well. They've got a lot of control now on Gruesome Grizzlies.
Remaining.
So Pandemonium with one pick left and two more bans. And the final picks.
Reserve time.
I will say I haven't cast either of these teams before, so I don't really know which of these players might be playing which heroes.
Radiant team back.
But we'll figure that out once we get into the game. Dragon Knight pickup, presumably mid? I mean, I haven't seen Dragon Knight played in so long. He showed up in some of my pubs since the patch. I mean, U-Time he was a mid hero. Could definitely still be played as a mid hero. Beastmaster could still easily take the mid lane for Pandemonium.
Reserve time.
But Pandemonium still, you know, looking for one more core hero. Really need some late game damage here. Dragon Knight, not the strongest late game carry, really. You know, he becomes very dependent on his ultimate at that point, once you get into the late game. But they have a very strong early game lineup right now. Whereas Grizzlies is going to take a while to come online. Void, obviously, needs plenty of time. And definitely taking their time over these last bans here. See Juggernaut banned out.
Dire team ban.
Trying to get one of those strong, you know, late game carries out of the pool that Pandamonium might have been thinking about picking. And I'm not sure what Pandemonium is sort of going to target here for this ban. Targeting mid-hero, which is what was going to be my guess. Getting the Zeus out. So, I mean, Gruesome Grizzlies, they've got a lot of team fight going on right now. Like, they have a big theoretical combo with a Chronosphere and a Macropyre and a Call Down, you know, even Flat Cannon and Lion stuns and fingers coming in from the outside. Could be very scary if they can pull it off. Pandemonium really only with the Roar as good like team fight control so far, though the Witch Doctor and the Lich can definitely dish out the damage in team fights, at least in the mid game, and if they're able to get farm into the late game as well. So Pandemonium need an anchor pick here. The one position hero really got to be picked, and a Morphling pick. Wow, that is not something I would have seen coming at all. I'm guessing this has got to be, you know, a favorite hero of someone on Team Panda, and we get a bat coming out. So really not sure how Grizzlies are going to lane this as I fidget with my pop filter in an annoying way. Okay, here we go. Now the really fun part starts, which is me having to camera control. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm probably going to do poorly when it comes to camera control, but let's try anyway. Get used to this draggy. So, let's introduce some heroes, shall we? Good luck, have fun comes out from Panda on the Radiant side. For Team Grizzly, we are going to have Kizu on the Gyrocopter. Grizzly. Oh, no, sorry. KDP. Got to get this right. Team tag. So, Kizu on the Gyrocopter. KDP on the Batrider. Sawyer, the captain, on the Lion. Sideburnius. That's a good name. On the two-headed dragon Jakiro. And heading up to the off lane, it's going to be Took. On the Dire side, Team Panda, we are going to have Xylem on the Witch Doctor. Dragon Knight be played by Mango Girl. Benet on the Lich. Up in the safe lane, James Harden on that Morphling, and Crow in the off lane on the Beastmaster.
The battle begins.
So it looks like it's going to be a tri-lane safe lane. And a Batrider mid possibly. Lots of wards going down mid lane here for the Dire side. And it looks like, yeah, it'll be a tri-lane bottom supporting this Gyrocopter. Mid Batrider against the Dragon Knight. I feel like Batrider is going to struggle in this matchup. Sticky Napalm pretty good against melee heroes. So we'll see how that goes. In the safe lane, it'll be the Morphling supported by the Witch Doctor, and it's going to be a dual off lane with the Boar and the Lich pulling things back for this Beastmaster. I think this should work out okay versus the tri-lane. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to take a look at this mid matchup here. Batrider getting 4 last hits. KDP on the Batrider against Mango Girl. To try and get used to saying names instead of just hero names, I think. But lots of Sticky Napalm getting stacked up. But the bottle is on the way already for Mango Girl, so we'll be able to secure some last hits with that. KDP already having this bottle and some pooled tangos. Looking pretty happy. So this off lane, Faceless Void, it's got 1 last hit already, but it's going to struggle to get much out of this lane. Just going to have to try and stay alive and get some levels. And this tri-lane is already not going well for the safe lane Gyrocopter. He's only got 3 last hits so far out of the first few waves, and already pushed out pretty far there. You want to be able to control the creep equilibrium a lot better if you've got 3 heroes down here. Oh man, camera is just a weird thing to have to think about. Not something I'm used to. Okay, Batrider farming up mid just really well. Things coming out. Oh, it's been a side pull here. Awkward. Radiant team will gladly clean that up, but there's going to be a lot of EXP here for Crow on his Beastmaster. Get up to his level 3 hopefully. Did see Lich going mid to help out a little bit with Mango, and no real rotations yet. Everything's staying pretty static in lanes. It's like this safe lane is doing really well for James Harden and Xylem so far. 11 last hits and 8 denies, so... Level 3. Whoa! Time lock. Bash. Needs another bash. This could be trouble. No, time walks out of it. And Took will stay alive. Xylem probably going to have to go back to base and heal after that. Maybe this might be a chance for Took to get a couple of last hits. He's got 3. Oh, we missed first blood. It happened mid lane and they killed each other. Well, I expected to miss first blood in this game fully. This is my first ever time casting Dota 2, so not too surprised. And as I was expecting, Took is getting a bit more aggressive in this lane. Another side pull coming out here. I've not seen this side pull into the Radiant hard camp before. It's a pretty interesting one. Not sure how much it's actually helping these guys. Should really learn to use these hotkeys. So you can see that Jakiro is the one that's really suffering. Sideburniness out of this tri-lane situation. Got very little in the way of XP. Nothing in the way of farm. Having a sad time. KDP trying to force Mango Girl out of lane here. And doing pretty well. The Gyrocopter has caught up after a not great start to this tri-lane. Up to 16 last hits. Oh. Lion takes out a Hawk there. Good stuff. As far as vision goes, definitely Dire Side seems to be doing better on keeping wards up, but we'll see a bit later into the game if they're able to keep that up. See engagement on bottom lane. Hex goes out. Rocket Barrage too spread out to do any real work. Some flat cannon comes through, but not much going on there. Batrider very low in mid lane. We're going to pick up this bottle. Took still just having a lonely time up here in the off lane at 11 last hits. Trading, harass. So I'm curious to see what direction this this Morphling is going to go. Very short attack range now, relative to sort of the buff to melee heroes. Sort of every like short range ranged hero now seems worse by comparison because melee heroes have gotten so much better. More harass trade going on here. And sort of losing control of this lane equilibrium again. Our team Grizzly, this safe lane, tri lane, doing okay, but you know, if you keep the wave back better, you run your pulls better, you get levels on your Jakiro eventually. Has got the level 2 now at long last. Oh, very close from James Harden, but could not get kill. And missed another kill mid. Napalm and Firefly proving too much. This Batrider now 2-1-0. Boots and an urn. The item choices so far. Presumably going to be heading into the Blink Dagger next, we'll see. But could be on for a pretty quick blink timing here. Could KDP, and that could definitely set a good tempo for Grizzly going into the mid game. Might have another side pull attempt here. Oh, we've got an Invis Lion coming here. See if Grizzly attempt to get a kill in this tri-lane. Or if they're just going to be chill about it. No, looks like... Oh geez, sorry, my camera work. Really poor. Really very poor. Oh, might still happen. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. His team not really coming in for it. There we go. Oh, he's going for the double stun, but only got one off. But I think that this Lich is still going to die. Oh, Beastmaster's turning on the Gyrocopter. Eats the Fairy Fire, still goes down. Gyrocopter for Lich. A great trade. Late arriving Witch Doctor with no mana. Not terribly helpful. But this fight is raging on. Crow is giving no fucks and takes down Jakiro with the spinning axes. Excellent stuff from this Beastmaster. Trying to retreat now very low, and Lion not able to get any sort of return kills. So 3 for 2 now. And another kill mid lane. Oh, this Dragon Knight is having a bad time of it. 3 kills to the good now for this Bat Rider, and very, very close to Blink. Could have Blink around 9 or 10 minutes at this rate. James Harden on the Morphling farming up incredibly well. Very fast Midas. Very, very fast Midas indeed. And that is going to accelerate this Morphling off into the stratosphere before too long. I'm still not sure whether it's going to be a shotgun Morphling, whether it's going to be a more, you know, Scotty Satanic style punch you in the face Morphling. We will find out. Morphling the only hero who's really getting great farm. But you're starting to see the 3 cores for each team get towards their first items. To see if Lich hangs around in mid lane now to provide some protection for this Dragon Knight who's had a real bad time of it so far. Let's take a look at some graphs quickly. Not much to show. Bit of an XP and gold advantage for the Radiant side. Team Grizzly, but nothing major. And this Lich does look to be hanging around in mid lane to try and get this Dragon Knight back into the game, because if this Dragon Knight gets too far behind, he just becomes a big creep. You know, he's not a great hero when you're playing from behind, so they really need to make sure something gets going for Mango Girl before too long. How's this Bat doing close to Blink? Gone into the jungle and going for Bene on the Lich mid lane. Get the kill. Rotation from Sawyer, and that is the Blink for KDP. They could go in for another fight immediately. In fact, they've got 4 heroes in the mid lane now for Grizzly. Gonna make some use of this Liquid Fire. Level 2. Jakiro's still under-leveled, so this push gonna be a bit underwhelming, but keeping this Dragon Knight down, making him sad all the time. And KDP with that Blink now. I'm not trying to, you know, pull a gank off with it, having just got a kill before. So Kizu's catching up. The move of the Lich to the mid lane, really letting the Gyrocopter get back into things. And could be much more of a factor, much closer in terms of last hits to the Morphling now. Going for a Helm of the Dominator early, it looks like. Sort of unfinished Ring of Aquila going on as well. And several TPs coming in. We've got 3 heroes mid here. Smoking up. Heading down into the Radiant jungle for Team Panda. Mango Girl for Asylum following up. Bene in the back. They're going to see the courier go by, and they're going to head for this Gyrocopter in the bottom lane. There's no one really nearby to help out. Jakiro's too far away. There's the Dragon Tail stun, and that is going to be an easy kill. Great smoke gank from Team Panda. Get back into this, but meanwhile, the Morphling got fingered in the jungle. I missed this completely. I don't know how that happened. He must have been low from farming jungle, maybe? Crazy. Oh, we got a Roar bottom, and they're going to get another one. Side Burnius goes down. Double kill for the Lich. And this could be serious damage, but still got half the duration of Dragon Form left, so I expect this tower to go down. It's going to be a counter push top, but it's not going to come very fast. And Took and Sawyer. They're also pushing middle. Asian Date on the Bat Rider. Asian Date, KDP. There goes that bottom tower, and TP is coming in mid. Gonna get a fight here. The call down too early, but Asylum on the Witch Doctor gonna go down. Mango Girl getting very low to that flame. Oh, and the Blink coming in. KDP gets stunned, and gets bounced on. Oh, not the bounces that were needed to get the kill for Lich. Very low is KDP, but getting out. Kizu hanging around for a long time. Sawyer comes in on the Lion, diving past this still intact mid-tier 1. TP's in from Crow. This is crazy. Dragon Knight has backed out now. Oh, and the Whirling Axes will get the kill on the Lion. Well played from Crow, and will get the mid-tower deny. Good stuff. So Panda hanging in there, a bit behind. Here's the first Chronosphere of the game go, and that's going to be another kill on the Lich, who's having a really bad time. Crow now in trouble. The Bat Rider is going to make his life miserable. There is nowhere to hide from a flying, fiery bat. And the Beastmaster will go down to Faceless Void. So this Morphling is going to have to come up big, I think, for Team Panda. Farming the Radiant Jungle right now. Has a Midas and a Ring of Aquila, and is now going for a Ring of Health. Really still not sure what this build is for Morphling. But I think we see here how this Finger of Death kill happened for Lion. Getting very low whilst farming. Seeing Tome of Knowledge pickups from both supports on both sides. That's pretty interesting. Still not really sure myself when the right time to buy that item is. Not one I use very often. Both teams content sort of farming up right now. Take another look at the graphs here. Still, you know, an advantage for Team Grizzly. About 1.5k XP, 1.5k gold, so not major. But we've got a gank coming up top. This Beastmaster is going to die again. 3 heroes, too many stuns, time lock, flame break. Dead. 3 TPs though coming in from Panda. They want to fight this. The Dragon Tail comes in, and that is going to be a kill on the Bat Rider, ending the dominating streak for the Witch Doctor. That's going to be some good farm, but 3 TPs in, only 1 kill. Yes, it's on a very rich hero, but not spectacular. Witch Doctor very poor at the moment. Looks like some offlane push is going to come from Team Panda, but Grizzly have 3 heroes here waiting, and I think they could turn on this perhaps. Chronosphere is going to be up in 19 seconds. Mango Girl coming to spit goo on the tower. But it looks like they're going to back off. 3-on-3 standoff here on the top lane. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter is pushing bottom lane. Beastmaster is going to sort that out. Still waiting for this fight to break out top. Bat Rider comes in. We're going to see a Blink initiation very soon from this Bat. Chronosphere is up. There it is. Only gets 1, but they'll dump everything onto Mango Girl. Oh, nice. Lich ult bouncing through. No ultimate from the Witch Doctor. And this Morphling, oh, his Dragon Knight even, is finally going to go down. KDP once more going in deep and getting quite low, but has the urn. It's going to stay alive. Gyrocopter died on bottom lane to the Beastmaster. That's pretty impressive. Roar was used, as you would expect. James Harden continuing to farm with the jungle, has the Perseverance now. Going for Lincoln's first? I mean, I'm just not sure. Just not sure what it could be. I guess Lincoln's first was, you know, back when Morphling was a thing, that was the build. I was kind of expecting some new Morphling shit here. But I'm suspecting this might have been a sort of panic last pick and might not be the greatest. KDP just gives no fucks. Diving deep into the enemy jungle. Dragging this Witch Doctor into a place where the Lion can kill him. And not much that can be done by Panda to fight against this. Radiant team pinging out the wards here. With the bird flying over. Wanting to get rid of them. Morphling still farming a lot, but really not contributing much. Take a look at the KDA, Bat Rider, KDP doing great work. Has had a couple of deaths since that great early start, but working towards that 4 staff now. I would say probably the standout player of the game so far. And 3 solo kills in lane, even if you do have a lane advantage, that is pretty good stuff. Meanwhile, top lane, still lots of heroes from Panda hanging around. They would seem to be expending a lot. And there's 4 heroes from Grizzly rotating up to this top tower. I think we could see another fight around the Radiant jungle area here. Sort of 4 Protect 1 going on for Panda right now. Just trying to let James Harden farm up as much as possible in the jungle while the rest of the heroes are off on the map trying to create space. Beastmaster pushing out this bottom lane. Beastmaster's doing pretty okay for himself here. Got his Necro 1 up. See if he goes for upgrading that. Oh, Necro 2 in fact. So probably going to go all the way up to Necro 3 before maybe going in for a Blink Dagger later on. Definitely needs some initiation from Panda. You know, Blink on the Dragon Knight is an option. But this Dragon Knight, pretty poor right now. Looks like going for a drum maybe. 17 minutes into the game, not the kind of item you want to be building, but needs must. Not much money going around. Take a look at the cores for Team Grizzly. Took on the Faceless Void, as is Vlad's picked up. So going for sort of utility offlane Void, I think that's a good compromise here. Doing pretty well in the farm stakes. Can't be too sad about that. We've got a bit of a push coming in bottom lane. Looks like I have a Helm of the Dominator completed on the Gyrocopter and a lot of money backing it up as well. See if it's a BKB that's going to come out. Or maybe going more into some damage. Trying to kill this Hawk, but they're not going to be able to get it. Tricky stuff. Bit of a stalemate here at the moment. Both teams sort of farming, neither wanting to... Oh, I've knocked over my pop screen. This thing does not attach to my desk well. Let's try that again. Okay, normal service resumes. You know, we talked about how this Witch Doctor might be able to get some items. It really doesn't seem to be happening. We've got Tranquil Boots and Wands up on both of the supports, but not much else, whereas you can see the difference over on Team Grizzly. This Lion just picked up a Blink Dagger. So now 2 Blink Daggers.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Coming out. Where's the... I'm so stupid, I don't really know how to get to the screen that shows me people's inventory, so I'm not even going to try. And still stalemate here. 20 minutes into the game. We've had some action early on. Things sort of settling down now. Still a lot of... Oh, we got an Invis. Faceless Void going for a Chronosphere here. No, he's not going to go for it. And lag is occurring. Oh dear. Well, KDP has got a good lasso off here on James Harden. I think that's going to go well. Internet has caught back up, and this fight has turned for Panda. They've been able to get a great fight, killing 2 straight off the bat. The Roar comes in to keep the Batrider at bay. Can there be any more kills here? Dragon Tail onto the Gyrocopter. He's got pretty good tankiness, but not enough, and he's going to go down. Wow, Panda turning this game around here. Really were looking to be struggling as the mid game got underway, but a decisive team fight victory, and without even having the Morphling here, able to get big kills on core heroes and take down this top tower. KDP on the Batrider still hanging around, wanting to make a nuisance of himself. Might go on the Batrider, but it's the Beastmaster even, but decides better of it. Oh, Dragon Tail stun coming out from Mango Girl. Can they get the kill? Not quite, and in fact... Oh, they will get the kill in the end. Sorry, the Maledict ticks get him. But in return, gave up the Witch Doctor. Still, all in all, good exchange here for Team Panda. Securing yet more farm for their Morphling. And a Blink Dagger does indeed come out. So, Panda recognizing that they need some initiation power here. Drums, Blightstone, so Desolator possibly coming up next for Dragon Knight. Not going for a particularly late game build. Also, that boy's not right. Mango Girl is missing some things here. It's okay. Just, you know, didn't dress this morning. Bit of a shame. So, the Lincolns is now finished on this Morphling. They've been, you know, leaving this Morphling on his own for a long time. Eventually, James Harden, Chef Harden, is going to have to stop stirring the pot and serve some dinner here. I'm guessing it's not going to be just this Lincoln's that is the go signal. We'll have to see what Morphling is going to come up with next to really try and have an impact on this game. Because so far, you know, 0-1 and 2. Really not doing it for his team. Head over to the net worth graph here as 4 heroes again grouped up from Panda, trying to create space for this Morphling to farm. Looks like they're going to try and get a kill mid. Oh, the Morphling is here. Replicate's in and is now in trouble. The Batrider. Oh, multiple fights breaking out. And the Batrider is going to go down on the front lines. Witch Doctor ultimate is dropped, but doesn't last long as the Witch Doctor dies. 2-man Chronosphere by the side on Took, as meanwhile James Harden is being focused by the Gyrocopter. Roar goes out. And it looks like Took will go down. That Chronosphere was not enough to get any damage done. And it's a 3-for-1 for Panda. These team fights going in their favor. They're going to get a tower. And they're going to keep pushing. This Dragon Knight really doing well for them at the moment. And suddenly, all 3 top heroes, core heroes for Panda are on top of the net worth chart. And they're going to push through this tier 2 despite backdoor protection, keeping it alive until just now. We'll see in a minute on the graphs what kind of net worth advantage this is translating into. Mech picked up on the Lich. A little late, but you know, these supports have been poor, so not too bad. We've got Necro 3 coming out for this Beastmaster. He looks like he's saving for his Blink Dagger and should have it soon. Dragon Knight looks to maybe be going for a BKB actually. Not sure what this is, just a casual Blightstone rather than an actual intention to build a Desolator. Scan comes out. So Grizzly know that someone's farming this this jungle up here, and are they going to send a smoke gank that way? Yes, they are. Here comes KDP, Firefly on with the other supports from his team, and this should be an easy kill. Lincoln's keeps James Harden alive for staff, and Ice Path is going to be enough to let them get off. Oh, but Strength Morph coming through. This Morphling staying alive for a long time. Dragon Knight support has come in. Is Morphling going to escape? Ticking down to fire. No, he's going to get away, and now the fight is turning. Reinforcements have arrived for the side of Panda. Wow, that was a lot expended for that gank, and could not get that Morphling down. And Side Burnus is going to pay the ultimate price as Mango Girl blinks in, Dragon Tail stun, and the kill. Meanwhile, was that another solo Beastmaster kill on the Gyrocopter? I think that's the second time this has happened this game. Those Necro units doing just a ton of damage. 2 boars plus Necros, the Roar and Whirling Axes. Too much, this Gyrocopter. Building into a Sanjin Yasha, no BKB in sight, so it's going to continue to have problems with the slows coming out from these boars. And suddenly, it really seems like Grizzly are on the back foot. They're behind in the kill score, 14-16, and look at these graphs. Goodness me, Panda suddenly, in the space of just 6 minutes, have gone from an even game to a 10,000, more than a 10,000 XP advantage. Similar in net worth. Big lead now for Team Panda. And this Beastmaster is picking up Boots of Travel, so going to be a split pushing nuisance. Can really expose these bottom 2 lanes. Now there's no towers on them. And starting to see items coming for the support as well. Aether Lens first, so not rushing that Aghanim Scepter on the Witch Doctor, but getting a good utility item. It looks like bottom is going to be the next choice for Team Panda as they're grouping up 4 heroes here, smoking up and heading towards the 3 Team Grizzly members in this bottom lane. See what they can find. The Jakiro is doubling back here. Side Burnus trying to take out the Hawk, and does so before the Boots of Travel TP can come in. And here is Mango Girl, and there goes Side Burnus. -1 Jakiro. And off the back of that gank, would expect Team Panda to keep pushing. They've got their whole team down here in this jungle, minus James Harden, who's out on his own. Got to be feeling pretty safe now, you know, surviving that 3-man gank. You're going to feel pretty safe split pushing at that point. Probably going into a Manta style next after this, so, you know, a second defensive item, but an item that helps out Morphling a lot. I think it's a good pick. Oh, catch a side of KDP. A lot of damage coming out, and Dragon Tail stun. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it is. Not very useful Witch Doctor ultimate, but 3 down and a double kill, and just bad times for Team Grizzly. A buyback already. Desperate times. This push they know is going to come super hard. with the Beastmaster, level 3 Necro units, Dragon form. They're trying to kill this Beastmaster, they're pulling him out on a great 3-man Chronosphere, but there's no follow-up damage. And meanwhile, this Beastmaster still alive, does die now, but the racks are exposed. James Harden, Morphling pummeling on them. Can Grizzly hold this off? The Lich Ult comes in, it's gonna bounce and kill Took. And that's 50 seconds without the Faceless Void. Still 10 seconds before Gyro's back up. I would expect at least one barracks here. Mango Girl getting low, really starting to tick down to this fire. Lots of fire coming out, in fact, from multiple sources. But Morphling wants to stay around. Pops the Manta Style, really wants this last Rax, and Gyrocopter is back up, drops the call down, catches several heroes, but just not enough damage. Even the Finger of Death on James Harden, not yet enough to bring him down. Replicates away. All the heroes for Panda are so low, they finally start to lose some. And now the chase is on from Grizzly. Can they punish this overextension? They'll get another one. Kizu, a double kill. Now almost a 2k gold, so we'll be able to get another significant step towards his itemization off of those kills, but -1 melee racks and a range barracks not far behind, and that's probably well worth the trade of kills. Panda, the Morphlings stayed alive, and that's the most important thing. Got that man stock complete now, 1.3k gold on top of it. This Morphling is becoming a problem very fast. I was doubtful, I will admit, wasn't sure what was up with this Morphling pick, but it's working very well. Very tanky, you know, got more than 30 armor, 2000 health, and just not the damage available yet from Grizzly to take him out. You know, this Gyrocopter's got a Sanjin Yasha, but not really doing enough damage. Oh, I missed the kill. Looks like there was there a roar used? Yeah, roar was used on the Faceless Void up here, and this Dragon Knight with no clothes on, rolling through. Looks like Lich Ult also was spent there, so lots of expenditure to kill this Faceless Void. But that was where I was going to go next. I see Faceless Void picked up a blink. That's interesting. So just still very little damage, physical damage lacking on the Radiant team right now, and I feel like that's really causing them to have a problem dealing with this Morphling. You know, they've got some magical burst, but not a great amount of burst damage either. And the last outer tower has been cleaned out by Team Panda. They're not quite committing to this push yet. I think it's going to be Roshan. You see KDP hanging around here, probably expecting the Roshan to come soon and wanting to be in the area as Team Panda head across the map and into the pit. And at the same time, the Batrider has left the TP. Oh, there has been a smoke now, so I think we're going to see a fight around the Roche pit here. Panda sort of positioning themselves. They don't have much vision. They've put the scan out, but Radiant has good wards in this area, is going to see what's coming. They're all grouped up still. They don't know. There's indecision. They don't know how to engage. This smoke is broken on Took. And, oh, the Chronosphere catches 2, but the Beastmaster gets through, gets the roar off. And I think that this is going to go badly for Team Grizzly as the Lich Ult and the Witch Doctor ult come through, and the damage is just too much. James Harden on a mega kill streak. 3 down already, and this is looking ugly for Team Grizzly with 30 minutes in the game. 17-25 the kill score. Panda winning team fight after team fight. Big gold swing, huge amount of experience going through in this fight, and yeah, this is, I think, close to over. I'm struggling to see what Grizzly are going to be able to do to defend this. You know, this Gyrocopter is just really struggling, needs another item to be relevant, and I don't see how he's going to get it. This mid barracks did go down at some point here, and Boston being pushed in by Morphling Illusions, and just Grizzly despairing right now. Batrider, sort of the lone bright spark, has had a pretty good game, 7, 5, and 6, but in these big team fights, not as effective, hasn't been able to get these pickoffs before the fights start that you really need. Got a bit of a sort of fake push here with 3 heroes down. This could be a chance for Grizzly if they figure out that there are only 3 heroes down there and really commit to a fight without the Morphling or the Beastmaster. I think this is a fight that Grizzly could win,
Dire's top tower has fallen.
but they're playing it very safe. They are going to see the Beastmaster top lane now, so they'll know that he's not here. Is that going to make them tempted to go? Got a Blink Dagger and Chronosphere up in 5 seconds. Beastmaster is Boots of traveling in though, and Morphling is replicated in, and suddenly the numbers advantage is gone, and the push is going to come in from Panda. And I think this could be the end of the game. Dragon form is popped. Earth Spike misses. Can a good, good Blink Lasso and Drag could do it. They get the Dragon Knight. He's very tanky though. And the Roar is out, and no Chronosphere in this fight. No buyback for the Faceless Void. That's pretty huge. The tower goes down, the rack soon to follow. And I would expect to see a GG call from Team Grizzly pretty soon here. I don't think they're going to be able to get Panda out of their base. Homing missile heads in. But very little hope. KDP goes down. James Harden cleaning up as Team Grizzly are forced back to their own fountain, and Panda start to work on the throne.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
So this is a best of 2, I believe. So we'll have a game 2 shortly. Team Grizzly were the team with the better record than Pandamonium going into this game, I believe. But it looks like Pandamonium coming out strong in this first game. Unconventional draft. Not a carry here I expected to see picked, but doing very well. And I think the draft from Grizzly was not great. Picking those carries early, I think, served them poorly. And there finally is the GG. KDP calls it. Batrider, who had a very good start, but it wasn't enough. And Team Pandamonium beating the Gruesome Grizzlies in Game 1 of our Reddit Dota 2 League action tonight. We'll take a quick break, and the stream will keep going, but the commentary will stop. And then we'll have Game 2. Do it. They get the Dragon Knight. He's very tanky though, and the Roar is out, and no Chronosphere in this fight. No buyback. And welcome back to Game 2. Reddit Dota 2 League Season 9. Team Pandamonium taking Game 1 in convincing style after a bit of a shaky early game, getting a little bit behind but coming storming through in the mid game to win a strong victory, and we'll feel very confident going into Game 2. See some bans coming out. Lich banned out by Pandamonium. Slark was also banned out early on, as well as Axe in the previous game, and we see the Faceless Void being banned out by Grizzly. Looks like Grizzly failed to get their team set correctly when they came into this, and are not showing up as a team. Interesting.
10 seconds remaining.
And we'll see what first pick will be for the Gruesome Grizzlies. Last time they were in the very front heavy draft, picked an early Gyrocopter and a Ricky first pick. Ricky was banned out in the previous game by Team Grizzly, I want to say. Could be wrong about that. So, pretty interesting choice here. Again, going for carry first though, which is, you know, not a drafting strategy that I'm a fan of. And Pandamonium opening up with two just disgusting heroes, Earth Spirit and Oracle. You know, both high skill ceiling heroes, shall we say. I think you call them finesse heroes. Certainly Earth Spirit is one of my favorite heroes, Darkseer, picked by Gruesome Grizzlies. Good offlane hero, can definitely lock down the offlane solo against a melee carry, but picked early in the draft, so it's going to be pretty easy for Pandamonium to play around that and avoid picking the kind of melee carry that's going to be vulnerable to, you know, double iron shell creep waves and that sort of thing. So, seeing again, I think that Pandamonium are got a bit of a better handle on their drafting strategy here. You know, Gruesome Grizzlies really showing their hand a lot early on. Could still turn this around, some late picks, but into the second phase of bans now. Pandamonium try to decide what they want to direct their bans at. Probably some mid and support heroes they'll want to get rid of now. Getting rid of that Jakiro wasn't terribly effective in the previous game, so I'm not sure that that's the greatest ban, but you know, maybe put them off guard a bit if they know that Gruesome Grizzlies are likely to pick that hero a lot. Bounty Hunter ban. We saw last game Grizzlies banned several Invis heroes, including Ricky and Clinks and Slark. So again, showing that they don't really want to play against those kind of heroes. And Bounty Hunter, obviously a good Ricky Mori counter. Get that track on him, really becomes pretty useless. So I know, you know, Ricky this patch has his weird ultimate, and I guess has some, you know, high theoretical ceiling that he can reach, where that ultimate does debilitatingly huge amounts of damage, but I haven't ever seen that actually achieved either in games that I've watched or games that I've played in. I've seen this Ricky in this current patch just be not kind of similar to what he's been in previous patches, sort of can have limited success as a ganking hero, can definitely run over bad teams, but not too hard to play around, not too hard to counter. But we'll see. Interested to see what Pandamonium go with to round out their draft. They've got a lot of control early on here. We do see a mid-hero ban come out from Pandamonium as they get the puck out of the pool. And the Beastmaster ban, I think, is a very smart one from Gruesome Grizzlies. They had a rough time with that Beastmaster in Game 1, and we'll be glad to see the back of it in Game 2. So Pandamonium have a lot of control here. Good damage over time, bit of burst. Oracle has some good nukes, but you know, the sort of... Oh, okay. I like the look of this already. I think this is going to be a strong draft from Pandamonium. We've got a lot of options for what they could go into for their mid and safe lane cores. Although I mean, Lone Druid could be safe lane core definitely. So we would expect to see him in the off lane. Sven picked up. And I'm maybe starting to see another teamfight combo sort of draft. Maybe that's what Gruesome Grizzlies are going for here. Sort of had a similar theme going in the first game, where this was the first pick, Faceless Void, and then building a lot of exciting things that you could throw into the Chronosphere. And yes, we've got a lot of teamfight wombo combo focus here. Got the Magnus, Reverse Polarity, and the Darkseer Vacuum to then set up for Sven doing his Sven thing, and also possibly this Rikimaru ultimate as well. You know, again, like I said in the previous draft, if they can pull it off, it'll be great, but execution was not there in game one. Let's see if it's KDP on this Magnus going to the mid lane, I would guess. We do see Queen of Pain picked up, probably the mid hero for Pandamonium. Hopefully Mango Girl will have a better luck on that than on the Dragon Knight and not get killed 3 times in the early game. But he did manage to come back, play pretty well. Got that blink, some good stuns. Witch Doctor ban for Pandemonium. And final ban now from Gruesome Grizzlies before the last pick phase, and we will get into game 2.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Gruesome Grizzlies taking their time here. Could look to pick a jungle hero here. I mean, this lanes are going to be a little bit awkward. Not going to be able to give Darkseer a solo lane. Probably going to have to put Ricky in the off lane. Sven safe lane, Magnus mid. So some sort of ranged support hero. I mean, you've got 4 melee heroes right here for the Gruesome Grizzlies, and that's usually not a good sign. So they definitely need to pick up something with a bit of range. You know, they've got some good closing options. Darkseer Surge definitely helps a lot. You've got your Vac, you've got your RP, you'll get a blink on Magnus, probably need a blink on Sven, maybe one on Darkseer too. And Ricky obviously has his backstab to chase people with, but going to be able to get kited a lot. You've got Earth Spirit and Oracle, which are both pretty good kiting heroes. Lone Druid as well, keep you at bay with roots. Just, yeah, I feel like a more and more balanced draft from Pandemonium again, as we saw in the first game. Gruesome Grizzlies milking their time here. And banning out the Troll Warlord last of all. Pretty non-specific throwaway ban, I would say there. So final pick for Gruesome Grizzlies. Going to be looking for a support hero. Probably a 5 position hero, to be honest. Darkseer, you know, likes to get a bit of farm and does farm pretty effectively, both in the jungle and in lane.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
I wonder if there's a player AFK that they're waiting for. Vengeful Spirit, solid last pick there, I would say. You know, helps out with your Sven. Gives you a bit of help with the lack of chase and range. And we have a Wind Ranger pickup from Pandemonium, so pretty interesting draft here. James Hard on the Queen of Pain, so it looks like maybe we might have a change up of some lanes here. Maybe could still see Mango Girl mid on his Lone Druid. And James Harden farming the co-op safe lane, but I might expect those to be swapped around. Crow will be heading to the off lane on that Wind Ranger is my guess. Okay. Game 2. of Pandamonium versus Gruesome Grizzlies, who did not get their team selected correctly coming into this game. What a shame. So we'll run down the lineups here. Heading to the off lane on the Ricky Maru is going to be Sawyer. Heading mid on his Magnus is KDP. He had a very good laning phase game 1. We'll see if he can do the same in game 2. Heading bottom on the Vengeful Spirit is Sideburninus with some wards, and alongside him will be Kizu on the carry Sven. Also in the off lane with the Ricky Maru will be Darkseer. So we're going to see some Ion Shell invis shenanigans. Could potentially be interesting. Quickly go through Dire before we get to First Blood here. Asylum on the Earth Spirit, Bene on the Oracle, James Harden on the Queen of Pain, Crow on the Wind Ranger, and Mango Girl on the Lone Druid. Could be off-lane Lone Druid. Maybe a tri-lane again. Oh no, they didn't run a tri-lane first game, excuse me. But I think we might be seeing mid Queen of Pain, so James Harden moving from mid to safe lane. No, there's the Invis Ion Shell shenanigans. And easily going to push away. Oh, but they're going to go on this Ricky straight away. Sawyer needs to get out of range. Second Sentry Ward goes down. One more hit and First Blood goes to Crow. Great work. 2 Sentry Wards expended, but good start for Team Panda. They started not so great so in game 1, so I think if they have a strong start here, they could potentially roll over Team Grizzly in this game 2. So in terms of laning, we are going to see Mango Girl in the off lane with his bear going up against Kizu and his Sven. Looks like we're going to see a tri-lane top as predicted, and another... Oh no, I was going to say another kill on the Ricky, but that's not the Ricky. It's Darkseer, and now we're going to see another attempted kill as detection goes down. No, they're not going to try and kill straight away, but plenty of detection in this safe lane for James Harden and Asylum and Bene on the Oracle. So they're going to keep an eye on this Ricky. See if any counter wards are going to come out. There is a one available for Sawyer, but probably wants to hang on to that for a little while. Down bottom lane we see Mango Girl checking out the jungle camp, seeing what's going on. And the farming gets going. Mid lane, KDP has, I would say, a much tougher matchup this time. Did very well on the bat against the Dragon Knight, but Bottle is going to come out for him, so we'll be able to get some good shockwave farm, but still probably going to be behind there. And the safe lane farming Queen of Pain, so worked out very well for James Harden, just farming a lot on the Morphling in game 1. May go for a similar strategy here, but I suspect might go for a slightly more early game build. Here comes another kill attempt on the Ricky, and able to blink strike out to the Darkseer. That's well played. And survive this gank. Probably don't want to head back in though. Everything's going down in bottom lane. The Sven farming pretty well. Got 10 last hits here. And only 2, so not so great for Mango Girl here. But we'll get a couple off this wave as it pushes up in. Oh, top lane. More fighting. Another blink away. But this Darkseer is going to go down to all the combined... sorry, that was the Ricky, not the Darkseer. Excuse me. They're both purple. It's easy to make a mistake. Short purple, guys. And bad start continues for this first pick Ricky. Not sure what Sawyer is going to be thinking at this point, but I think worry has got to be setting in for Team Gruesome Grizzlies. Got roundly beaten in game 1. And are on the back foot already in game 2 with this Ricky pick already looking like a questionable one. And Ricky is not heading back to top lane, which is interesting. So I'm going to leave that Darkseer alone and maybe try and do something with this double damage on KDP in mid lane. But I don't know how they're going to get this Wind Ranger into a position where they can attack her. Just playing on the edge of true sight range here. Getting a couple stabs in, but I mean it's just a bit of harass there, and this top lane almost being abandoned now. I guess some stacking going on from the Darkseer as he builds towards his soul ring. Ricky walks under a ward that is about to expire, so won't die again, fortunately. But won't get that rune either. And really trying to shut down this Ricky, you know, immediately as they see him mid. Bene and Xylem, the two supports rotate in, they drop the scan. Don't see him though. There's an arcane rune will be found bottom lane. For KDP. Now Empower obviously can be great for Sven late game. They can get there. And Sven is farming pretty well. But he's the only hero really that's getting good farm. We're getting okay farm in this Magnus actually with the bottle. Spamming out these waves. KDP doing pretty well. Actually is caught up almost with Crow, but there are 3 heroes here. Oh, the first 2 spells miss. And that's a nice charge, but will be rooted in place now. TP comes in and immediately gets shackled on the Ricky, preventing any potential follow-ups. So gank survived there for KDP. Meanwhile, top lane, James Harden having a whale of a time, farming away pretty freely, and this Darkseer just utterly miserable, low on health, still level 2, just unable to get anything done. Ricky is going to come back up top here. Now there's only one hero, might be able to get something done. The sentry wards that were dropped to get the early kills on him starting to expire, so path to recovery perhaps opening up. Still no boots on this Ricky. This level 4 is approaching. Let's check in on our bear here. Oh! Bear is getting punched. Wave of Terror just missing. If the Venge had been closer by, it certainly would have been a kill. But level 5 up. Got boots on both of his heroes, but not much money here. Long way away from seeing a Hand of Midas or a Radiance. But maybe it gets a kill on this Fen. Wow. The creep wave coming in and helping is going to give up his life to the Vengeful Spirit in return. But that's a pretty good kill. First kill for Panda. And a pause has come out as James Harden is disconnected. So I'll take time to look through some items here. Take quickly with the graphs first actually, and we see Panda, 500 gold, 500 XP advantage, pretty minor here. Sawyer, as we said, does have enough money for his boots now, but very low on items. Just the Orb of Venom and Stout Shield to his name. This Magnus going for the Blink first, has the bottle and boots, 1000 gold, doing pretty well again. KDP player I'm enjoying watching in this Reddit Dose 2 League matchup. Sideburning us on the Vengeful Spirit. Has some boots and actually doing better, I would say, than in the previous game where Poverty was the name of the game early on. Bit of an easier hero to farm up on his Vengeful Spirit. Sven, having just died, did manage to buy treads before dying. Would have been useful to have those on the hero. Might have avoided that death, but you know, gotta save item slots for all these consumables. This is maybe too many consumables, Sven. I'm gonna go ahead and offer a bit of criticism of your build there. I don't think you need all of these, especially not if it means that you don't buy your treads from the side shop. And this Darkseer does have a soul ring now, so that's gonna allow Took to spam ion shells on cooldown on the creep wave or on these jungle camps, and hopefully get back into this game. Very bad start, only 3 last hits. Over on Team Panda, Windranger, well, as James Harden comes back, Windranger, Phase Boots doing well early, Null Talisman, double damage in the bottle. Phase Boots on the way for this bear, but have been slowed a bit by that kill. Just boots and plenty of detection on Silence. Supports playing very sacrificial roles for Panda and doing well for their team out of it. Similarly, PO very empty, but James Harden on the Queen of Pain, farming up. Has his treads. Probably one coming out soon, and then we'll see what the first item choice is for the carry player for Team Panda. Not the early blink, my mistake. Going for the arcane boots first, as you would expect.
so.
So I would say Panda getting a little bit more out of this early game than Gruesome Grizzlies are, but not as lopsided as I'd perhaps expected. Looks like we might have another attempt on the Ricky top. They will have spotted him. He's just sort of poking in range of this. They're going to go for the stun, just get him, and the dust does drop. This will be a dead Ricky. Oracle stun is going to root him in place. Queen of Pain here with the scream and the right clicks. Xylem taking a lot of tower damage here. Gonna be close to death. Oh, just survives. Less than 40 HP, but this Ricky did buy boots, but very sad. And not a hero you want to be playing from behind, I don't think. So, not looking good. 14 Panda. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Kizu fighting the bear again. Didn't go well for him previously. His bear has phase boots now. But there's a Riki in town. Could see first kill for the Riki and the Sven here. They're gonna get Mango Girl. No, the roar! Oh, beautiful stuff. Savage roar. Such a bounce spell. They're gonna try and get the bear. They're not even gonna get the bear. Oh no, Riki chasing further on, but not able to get the kill. A lot invested here. And nothing to show for it. For Team Gruesome Grizzlies. Sad times. You can see Sven's taken my advice and put some things away. KDP says, what? I missed some shenanigans mid lane. Oh, it looks like a RP was used there. James Harden says no one saw, but someone saw. His Darkseer's just been hanging out in the jungle. Abandoning this offlane. I'm not sure I like that move. I'd rather see you spamming iron shells in this offlane. At least make whoever's up here last hit onto the tower and have a hard time. Scan going down mid here, and Crow has picked up an invis rune. Pretty low though. Ping's coming out, and this Riki is here, still trying to get something done, roaming around the map, just really struggling to find a home. Poor Riki. And, oh, excuse me, camera work. Can we get a root here? No, we cannot. But Mango Girl starting to dominate this lane now. Really starting to get back up in there and farm up to 20 last hits now. Behind the 3 position of the other team, that Darkseer's done well out of the jungle so far. Since abandoning the offlane. Has actually returned to that offlane now. Good, I'm glad to see this. Get a bit of push on, maybe put some pressure on this tier 1 top. Bene on the Oracle, completed his wand. And we're going to see a Midas pickup for James Harden. So much like last game, not quite as quick. That Morphling Midas was 6 or 7 minute mark, I believe. As we see fight taking place over bottom rune. Double damage on Sawyer in the Riki, but not able to get anything done with it. As Crow on the mid-range will make it out alive. Okay. Mango Girl has got a lot of company down in this bottom area here. Getting body blocked up. Riki just being a nuisance, but not farting in time to stop the bear from coming in. And we'll get roared away. Oh, and the root is coming in here. There's no detection though. And the swap will save the Riki, but could spell the death of the Vengeful Spirit. There's still no root coming out. The dust is dropped, but that was not the play. And the tower dive continues. Vengeful Spirit will fall to Mango Girl. 5-1 to Panda. Is there a return kill to be had? Oh, the Queen of Pain comes in and gets the Riki and... oh, and the Sven. There's a wall and an RP, but it's just not enough. At 7-1, Panda lead over Gruesome Grizzlies, and I think Gruesome could be an appropriate word for this game. I think that Panda probably going to keep pushing from here. But we'll see. This is Dota. Excuse me. And nothing's over till it's over.
is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And we see, looks like a tower is going to be taken. This will be the first tower of the game. Might end up being denied, actually. Yes, there's the deny by Asylum on the Earth Spirit. But still, small gold injection. Vengeful Spirit will finish up some mana boots. Help that Sven out. Make sure he can keep throwing stuns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So you converted some mid lane here as Crow on the Wind Ranger is building towards that Mithril Hammer. Storm Hammer. What I'm trying to say. And the two supports hanging around. We've got the Infused Raindrop picked up by Asylum. And they're going to go on KDP here. And they've got a lot of control, but it's not going to be enough to keep that Magnus from escaping. Heading for that blink now. Should have it pretty soon. Another solid game for KDP. Ricky is here. Excuse me. Apologize. Ricky is here, so might be a gank attempt. But KDP really has no way to close the gap without Crow being able to get away. And there's the Midas pickup on Lone Druid, as you would expect. So, double Midas coming out for the side of Panda. Securing them, hopefully, a late game advantage. But I think they're not. I don't think this game is going to make it to the late game the way it's been going. I do have a Helm of Dominator now. This Sven is still farming pretty well. Let's take a look at the graphs here. And yeah, Panda more than 2k golden XP in the lead at the moment. Not an insurmountable lead, but with only this Sven farming well and this Ricky really, you know, relegated to a 4-position role at best at the moment. You sort of struggle to see how excuse me. How Gruesome Grizzlies are going to compete with all the power that's going to be coming out of this Wind Ranger, Lone Druid, and Queen of Pain combo. Finally, some safe farm time for Sawyer on this Ricky. Gonna be able to get towards some kind of item. Having been a very sad Ricky so far. Has the ultimate now, but gonna be a struggle. Oh, nice RP from Crow, from KDP even, and Crow is gonna go down. Nice work. Much needed kill for the side of Gruesome Grizzlies. Trying to stay in this game. Keep the hope of a split alive. Meanwhile, this Darkseer has arcane boots. He's been farming away and is going to be murdered by James Harden. It's unfortunate. It's Queen of Pain going straight for an Aghanim Scepter. No messing around. Maximum damage as early as possible. Making that Midas work and farming incredibly well. Over 100 last hits of 15 minutes. Do see some jungle stacking going on.
Radiant's top tower has
Top
been
tower being
denied.
denied. So this Sven, you know, is going to have a chance here with a bit of luck. Sven will have enough farm to, you know, be effective in the game. Things coming out as this ward goes down. Panda aware of what's going on. We've hit a sort of similar conservative mid-game lull that we hit in the previous game. Do have a smoked up Oracle. Heading for a wraparound here. Oh, the shackle not in line, and KDP looks like we'll be able to make an escape just barely. Crow really dishing out damage now. And we see a clap and a stun, and Oracle forced to use ultimate, going to be swapped back up and will end up dying. Ricky Maru getting very deep into this fight. Not sure that's a good idea. Oracle does pop eventually. And another kill. KDP getting 2 kills in a row there. Grouping up as 5 and pushing mid lane. So maybe this is the answer for Gruesome Grizzlies, rather than spreading out and getting picked off on little engagements. on the corners of the map. They're going to group up and take tower shots. And that is a bold dive by KDP. His team is nowhere to be seen, but it's a double kill with the Wave of Terror for the Vengeful Spirit. And suddenly, Grizzly have life. I was ready to write them off, but 4 kills in a row now, unanswered. And a mid tower soon to fall. Took TPs down, but all this while was a lot of farm happening. Looks like Radiance will be the next time. Oh, those roots are brutal. Darkseer will just escape. But yeah, gonna see Radiance around the 22. Sorry, let's see, to around the 25-minute mark. So maybe even a little before if things go well. Do you see an Invis KDP coming in? Oh, not a good skewer back though, and I don't know if this is going to be enough. In fact, the shackle, beautiful shackle from Crow, able to take out the Magnus, and can they get... Yeah, it was an unnecessary swap, saving your Invis hero teammate, and Sideburner pays with his life. I don't think there was any detection up here. So that was doubly unnecessary. And we're going to see more support. Benjay has arrived. Bene even has arrived and wants a kill and is going to punch Took. And the roll comes through. And now suddenly Panda say, no, you're not getting back in this game, Gruesome Grizzlies. And they notch up 3 kills. And are going to make a push on this bottom tier 1 tower here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not going to be any defense mounted by the Radiant team. Sven is farming up though. Has got his Echo Saber. It's, you know, I guess more attacks is good. Not having any, you know, proc effects. I don't know that Sven is the greatest. I guess you get more cleave. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that item choice. I guess what I'm trying to say. That's a good blink initiation. And this Magnus play from KDP has been pretty good. He was good on the bat in game 1, and he's playing well in game 2 as well. As those drops picked up now. Take a look at net worth here, and we can see, yeah, he's the 2nd highest net worth by a significant margin on his team. Ricky Maru, poorest member of his team. Carry hero, Ricky Maru. Picked up a Blightstone and a Pro Man's Shield, but very poor still. Very, very poor. This Darkseer has a Midas now. Interesting. So, trying to sort of compete with this late game power that's coming out. Oh, this is going to be earlier than much earlier than 25 minutes. It's going to be 22 or 23 minute Radiance. Yeah, sorry, as I was saying, trying to compete with this late game power coming out from Panda. With the Hand of Midas pick up on the Darkseer, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough, you know, to help you get towards that Ags that you really want. Oh, potential engagement? No, not quite. But yeah, I'm not sure about the Hand of Midas pick up by Darkseer there. See if it pays off. Panda certainly not applying the pressure right now, so maybe it'll turn out to be a smart move. Lots of books being bought. Lots of war chat going on, and there is the Radiance. Wow, 20-minute Radiance. Lone Druid had a tough time in the first couple minutes, but really recovered since then. Much like in first game, actually. Mango coming back from an unimpressive start, and now wanting to fight with this Radiance right away. The bear getting low, but the Savage Roar doing a good job. There's the Scream of Pain. I was waiting for it, and 2 kills for James Harden. Not caring about this wall, just charging right through it, which could be a mistake, to be honest, but Panda staying alive, killing the Ricky, and pushing on for more. And with this Radiance on this bear, it's gonna be a struggle. for a fight. Oh, beautiful 3-man RP by KDP. Skewer back in, but the stun was already used by Sven, and Sven and the Magnus go down. Good idea there, but just the coordination with teammates wasn't there, and that is going to allow Panda to keep going straight uphill. Another early buyback force, just as in game 1. You see a blink stun from the Sven, but the Savage Roar keeping him alive. Oh, they do get the Lone Druid and the Earth Spirit. Where did? Oh, the Spirit died earlier. Excuse me. Second Scream of Pain. That Aghanim's already up for James Harden very early on, going for BKB next, and some kills on the chase out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So successful defense of their high ground. Perhaps was too early for Panda to try and go high ground. But Grizzlies not out of this yet. Still definitely behind. 7k gold lead. Yeah, 7k, 8k golden experience lead for Team Dire and the Pandas. This Ricky still has no items. Going for something expensive next. I guess could potentially be that Desolator. I just thought Magnus has the drums. Plenty of money. Darkseer getting a late mech pickup, possibly into Guardian Greaves, spending that Midas money. And what's Kizu doing? Hasn't managed to buy anything since that Echo Saber. And really needs to move into another tier of items, you know. Oh, sorry, got a blink. I didn't see that at all. I would like to see BKB on this Sven in the near future. I think it's going to be a problem if he doesn't get one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And we've got 5 heroes grouped up in the top lane for Team Pandamonium. And it looks like they're going to make a push on this tower. And a nice RP from KDP. Is it going to be enough? Oh, there's so much things going on. Vacuum wall on 5. And could this be the fight for Grizzlies? The Sven goes down though, and it looks like, oh god, it's carnage. We are gonna see, no, we're not gonna see Magma Girl go down, but the Radiance Burn is gonna kill so many heroes. Oh, they get the team wipe. Wow, I did a bad job of calling that fight. Too much happened and I was not able to keep up, but we learn, we live and learn. And Grizzlies, despite losing the Sven and the Magnus, come out with a big team wipe. Not the biggest gold or XP swing, but definitely a confidence boost, and might allow him to put some pressure on this tower if there are no TPs in to defend it. Could see this Ricky Maru even buy an item, maybe. Would be pretty exciting for Sawyer, I'm sure. We are going to see TPs in, and Ricky is going to have to run away. Oh, but not fast enough. The Shackle comes in. Power shot. Detection is down, but the blink away is in time. And Sawyer will survive.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Death's bounty.
So BKB is complete on James Harden on the Queen of Pain, our leader in net worth. 1,000 gold in the bank. Might be looking towards Orchid next. Or a Sheepstick, we'll see. And we see the Crystallis coming. So no BKB for Kizu, just all damage all the time. Gonna rely on being the aggressor in these team fights rather than the defender. And getting that damage out there. See a lot of money on this Lone Druid as well. Bear is starting to get slotted. I can't even figure out where is it there. Yeah. And a late mech pickup for the Oracle. Darkseer, meanwhile, needs to use his Midas. And has picked up a Blink Dagger. As well as chewing on those books of knowledge. Oh, looks like we're going to see a smoke. Oh no, we're just seeing a rally round the Ancients. For Team Panda on the Dire here. I think they maybe thought Ricky was here. They've dropped a scan. Both teams sort of clustered up, not really sure when or how to approach taking an engagement or knowing where the other is. Perhaps both worried about smoke ganks at the moment. And Panda, despite coming out to a very strong early lead, perhaps got a bit ahead of themselves with their high ground push and are now hanging back a bit, taking things a bit more easy. Are we going to see the smoke gank now?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is very odd from Panda, just, you know, all sitting here clumped up, not doing anything, wasting time, no one's farming. There we go. Get that smoke gank off, and at the same time, we're going to have a smoke gank from... Oh, it's going to be a big team fight. Here's the reveal. Walks into the Roche pit. Grizzly is going to be blown up before this fight can even get started. There goes the Ricky ult early, and the vacuum comes in. Oh, James Harden up on the roof, and just huge damage from the Sven. And they're all dead. And this Sven not able to be dealt with in sufficient time. Look at all this. 4,000 damage done by the Sven. And this blink combo working really well. All of a sudden, this team fight that we talked about in the draft for Gruesome Grizzlies paying dividends, and they're able to win a fight 4-1 around the Roche pit. Almost caught up in kills and get an Aegis on this Sven. Steal some Ancients while he's at it. Oh, and just straight into the Crystallis. Wow. Big damage from this Sven now. And finish up that Satanic next, I would imagine. At that point, will be very tanky. I could think about Boots of Travel after that. But definitely a force to be reckoned with this Sven. Still has no BKB though, so I think the potential is there for Team Panda to take him down. If they can get the initiation on their terms and not get, you know, Blinkvac stunned with an RP, as has happened in the past. But, you know, KDP keeps saying it, he's been playing well. Like, he'll be picking up Boots of Travel of his own pretty soon. And if he can get these good Blink RP initiations in every team fight, it's going to go well for the Grizzlies. And we again see a lot of milling around from Panda. This, you know, just indecision does not become them, I think. It is not helping them. These supports should be out farming somewhere. Just having them hanging around up here. All they're doing is soaking a little bit of XP from these Ancients, but it's like very cautious play on both sides at the minute. We're going to see Gruesome Grizzlies poking up into their enemy's jungle a little bit and head for this mid tower. Meanwhile, Lone Druid pushing as we see a Hyperstone on the bear.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Panda not wanting to take this fight at the minute. Throwing out the Scream just to clear the creep wave. Maybe not the greatest use. Looks like it will be that cheap stick next for the Queen of Pain. Good pressure here on the top tower. This Lone Druid just sort of split farming while all of the Radiant team hangs around mid, but now with this creep wave they'll be able to clear out this tower. Maybe think about high ground with this Aegis. See, oh, down in the south here, the Magnus is being chased. This is great, that means no RP. Meanwhile, the fight goes off, and that separating of the team has done wonders. James Harden is going to clean this up. They get the Venge, they get the Aegis. And they're going to get even more now. Kizu, oh, can he get his damage off? That's the question. Magnus will die, or sorry, Wind Ranger will die. Kizu, oh, get a punch off, but they're kiting him. This is what I thought would happen during the draft, was that this Sven would be kited. We'll be able to get a kill on Xylem, and still moving forward despite all of the pressure that's coming out, but finally will go down. This is the fight that Panda wanted. And the crucial thing was that Lone Druid getting hold of that Magnus, chasing him down and round, and preventing him from being able to get off that Blink RP that caused such a problem in the Roche fight. So, big win for Panda. And we can see that actually Gruesome Grizzlies did have a pretty sizable advantage, 5,000 gold lead, after that hot streak that they went on. But now things back down to closer to even. And we'll see if the 2 farmed cores from Panda can outfight the 1 very farmed Sven. Who, I don't know why I tried to go and see him, because he's dead. The very farmed Sven on Radiant. What's Crow going for here? So has the Aghanims and the Blink. And the Stormhammer, nothing else yet. Sven picking up those boots for travel, so getting towards 6 slotted here. Going to sell those treads, put something in there. Finish up that Satanic. Get you a Moon Shard. Not seeing much in the way of items on the support heroes coming out yet. And still a ways to go for the cheap stick for James Harden on the Quap of Pain. Meanwhile, Took with his Midas hasn't bought anything. You know, has Blink and Mech, but since then, not been able to get anything going for himself. No Aghanim Scepter anywhere near yet for this Darkseer, so I'm not sure that Mech is paid off. And it looks like Panda feeling their oats after the teamfight win. They're going to go for another push mid here. Didn't go well last time. See with this, if they'll make a more cautious approach. In fact, they're going for a much more cautious approach, and they're going to go for the tier 2 bottom, which I think is a sensible thing to do. Let me see the Assault Cuirass finished on the Druid now, so this push really going to get going. Here comes the smoked up Radiant team. KDP looking for the Blink RP. They're grouping up. Can he get him? Only one. Immediately blow up that lone Druid with a crit. And are able to get the Earth Spirit too. And this Sven able to do work. As Kizu comes through and they just punch Bene over and over again. And he's so dead. So very dead. And the gem dropped as well. Oh, but they haven't seen it. I don't think they've seen it. Wow. Cybernius walked right over that gem. That's amazing. It's just sort of hidden behind the trees a little bit. Like, you hover over it, it pops out, but you'd easily not see it. That's a bit of a bullet dodge for Panda, but we're seeing these team fights, you know, if... Oh, we're seeing Refresher coming on KDP. It's going to be great. That, yeah, if that Blink RP gets off and Kizu gets to swing that Sven sword, big damage happens. 3k gold now. Needs to keep an eye on buyback definitely at this point as his team's main damage dealer, but could be moving into another item soon. Not really any objectives coming for Gruesome Grizzlies off the back of this, but getting the lanes pushed out again, you know, getting some map control back, got some good ward vision. I have this one, actually I have a couple of really deep wards. Wow, this is great ward here. Both teams pretty good vision actually, good idea what's going on and trying to de-ward each other. I saw some pings coming out over here, yeah. Oh, and has the gem been found? Yeah, it has been found. Took a long time, but Sawyer has picked up that gem and has his Desolator finally. This Ricky slowly crawling off, now no longer the poorest member of his own team, approaching respectability. Wow, maybe will be a useful hero at some point, and they're going to put the gem back on that courier, which is sensible. Mystic Staff or Took. I like to go Octarine Core on Darkseer, but I'm a bad person, so he's probably going to go Hex. Oh no! I missed a very important kill. It looks like that Sven got gangbanged, and he spent his money. Oh, this is bad. Sven does not have buyback. 60 seconds with no damage to speak of. This could be game. Certainly will be Rax. Glyph will go. KDP being harassed by the bear, and it's gonna swap out at the last second. Good wall, decent vacuum. The illusions are gonna do plenty of damage. There comes the RP, and everyone's getting low, but James Harden gets off the Sonic Wave and is on a mega kill. Double buybacks from Grizzlies. Desperation time now. The Ricky comes in, gets the lone Druid. but nothing else. And James Harden is having a hard time. Oh, James Harden nearly killed by the Darkseer illusions. A third buyback. Wow. Oh, I'm not paying attention to the right fights. And Ricky died. Yeah, Ricky over pursued there, definitely. I'm super mad that I can't remember what I need to do to see what people have in their stash, because I want to know what Sven spent all that bloody money on. Anyway, there's the Hex for the Queen of Pain, and a lot of money besides. James Harden, as in game 1, playing a strong performance here. 14, 1 and 10. Hard to really argue with that. Very, very strong performance. And with no BKB on the Sven, gonna be... Oh no, wait, sorry. I tell a lie. That was what he bought. I didn't even see it because I wasn't using my brain. So the BKB fresh on the Sven. Probably not worth having your BKB versus having buyback to defend this. I'm not sure. That's a tough call. Meanwhile, we're going to see Roshan being patrolled by Team Panda as they try and de-ward around this area. Get ready for it to come up again soon. See if they can use it to do some work and not get smushed like they did in the previous Roche fight. Crystal is out on the Wind Ranger. Plenty of damage there. And Vlad's. So just yet more aura for the push. Finally do see that Force Staff that has been so long coming on the Earth Spirit. And counter ward fights taking place now. Cybernius comes in. It's going to clear out a veritable forest. But Crow coming in, orb walking, trying to get enough shots in, but not able to do it. Maybe one ward up here could potentially come in, do counter warding of their own, but both teams posturing around the Rosh pit. And Gruesome Grizzlies with better numbers here, but they don't want to go in. I think they saw that Roche was up, but they haven't gone in yet. They're backing off. That was a questionable play, but seems to have maybe... That's crazy. Just airballed that ultimate out there, and then they're like, nope, we don't want to fight now that Quap ult is down. So, Panda could... I don't know if they saw the TPs going home, but they're going to take Roche now. And the Grizzlies may have made a bit of a misplay there. I'm not sure. Sorry, my camera work continues to be horrendous. I'm not sure that backing off to defend that mid lane from creeps was the right cause, was the right decision there. So, Aegis will go to the chef. James Harden and Panda in a very strong position now to push and end this game. 7,500 XP lead, 10,000 gold lead. But the game not over yet by any means. We've seen what can happen when this Sven is able to right click people. They are disappearing. But if they're able to control the Sven, he's going to have a bad time. Now, KDP been playing very well and now has this refresher. This is going to allow him to do a lot of dirty business in these team fights. And, you know, could be the key, I think, for Team Grizzlies. If they want to stay in this game, they've got to get these team fight wombo combos off and get their Sven punching, get their Sven cleaving. Looks like they're going to try and have a look at James Harden here. He's out on his own, but the whole team is smoked up behind him. This is a trap. And no engagement is going to come out of Gruesome Grizzlies. They're going to wait on the high ground here. James Harden out in front on his own. Team still behind, still smoked up, but that's going to be wearing off soon. Oh, and the Blink Hex. James Harden going in very bold and getting out. No stuns or anything to greet the beard. But still, you know, nothing really happened. They came in, they did some damage, but now they're backing out. Lots of money on this lone druid. Be looking at another item soon. Going for a multi-lane siege here, looks like it's going to be the plan. Panda's trying to crack the high ground. KDP, oh, double blinks in opposite directions, and could this be the end? The Magnus is down and no buyback, that's huge.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And meanwhile, the lone druid has been pushing mid while that fight was going on. Oh, it's beautiful play. Catching that Magnus out, just a simple mistake. He blinked to attack James Harden. James Harden blinked to attack him. They passed like ships in the night, and suddenly the Magnus was caught out and killed. And with no setup for their Sven, this could be bad, but here comes Sven. 1-2 chops, kills the Oracle, and goes to town on Crow, but can't get the kill. BKB running low, damage being dealt. Goes for James Harden, 1-2, Aegis down. Can Kizu do it all and get through the rest of these? Stunned up, punches James Harden, crits, dead. Queen of Pain down for 95 seconds. Meanwhile, Lone Druid kills buildings. All while this was going on was just a distraction. And James Harden is back. Buyback, Boots of Travel. And it's going to be GG. Pandamonium take the series over Gruesome Grizzlies 2-0. Great play by James Harden. Very strong. Mango Girl. Solid. Player of the series for me, KDP. You know, had some flashy plays. Great laning on a team that seemed kind of outmatched here. I think he did very well. And yeah, I think the draft is what a lot of this comes back to. I feel like Pandemonium had a better hang of their draft strategy from the start, and that definitely served them well. Set themselves up for success in this game. And we're not going to see GG out, interestingly enough. Mega creeps walking across the map. First wave of Megas just crossing the river now. You know, did get some kills there late on, but I can't see anything except a death push into throne kill. Winning this for Team Grizzlies now. BKB is off cooldown, going to be MKB. Whoop, thought about MKB and then sold it. Oh no, it's on the courier, so MKB will be the next item for Sven. Dropping maybe the Helm of the Dominator. And this courier has been spotted by the dire side, but not much they can do about it. And Sven has sold his Echo Saber, so an item that I did not think was going to be useful for him, and he's gotten rid of it in favor of an MKB. Trying to get through that Radiance mischance. So, Mega Creeps holdout is the order of the day. It's like Panda are going to finally come out of their base. They were really worried about the sort of death push, the GG push, but it hasn't come. Items coming out again. Not much left for this Queen of Pain to go to, you know. MKB, I guess you're at the point where you're going to sell the Midas and go for something else. Might get the Moon Shard first, I suppose. And this Lone Druid still with some room to breathe. Got an Abyssal Blade now on his bear. And plenty of room to grow. Hero keeps growing for a long time. How are the Megas doing? Well, that first wave of Megas is the toughest one, and they've gotten through that and survived, but it's gonna get, well, I guess, I mean, Sven can stay home and kill these creeps forever, but they're not gonna get out of here. I would expect Panda to wait for the next Roshan, farm their own jungle, stay on their own side of the map. You know, there's no urgency. They don't need to do anything spectacular. They can just wait this one out, really. And Grizzly are just going to have to wait for one big last showdown. And hope that Sven just takes a massive dump on everyone. Apologies if I miss a kill. I think it is time to order pizza. Tab out here for a second. This fight. This is not going to happen for a while. Okay. I've ordered pizza. Nothing has happened in the Dota game. Let's switch this to buybacks and see what's going on there. So Sven has used his buyback and does not have one for 2 minutes, which means that for this Roche push, there will be 1 life on Sven. Or this Aegis push even is going to be coming up. Will probably come before there is buyback on Sven.
Double damage.
That's what I was looking for.
Every coin helps.
And similarly, still a little while without buyback on the Queen of Pain, but lots of money. Got a slot for that Aegis when it comes up, and by the time that all happens, we'll probably be confident to push and know that we'll be able to buy back in time before any counter push makes it across the river. There is the Roche, immediately starts punching Quap in the back of the head. That's not nice, and he's going to disappear very quickly. Will be Aegis and cheese for Pandamonium. So, cheese on the Wind Ranger, who now has just a sickening amount of damage output. Anything more on this bear yet? No, I'm still the same. But this is going to be it for Panda. I think. See what kind of defense the Radiant side are able to mount. They've hung in this game. They've been fighting mega creeps for a while now. But finally, push will come to shove. Last time we had a 4-on-5 engagement while Lone Druid ate buildings for breakfast. Got a smoke on the backside here. It's going to come down to KDP trying to get some good group RPs off. Keep that refresher saved for when he needs it most. And for Pandemonium, it's just a question of spreading out and sending these waves of nasties in to do their work. And here's the first RP. We've got 2 heroes. Meanwhile, in the mid, I heard Scream of Pain go off, and KDP is going to go down. Oh no, survives. The wall comes in. The cleave comes through. 2 are down. The 2 supports dead. And Kizu continuing to fight. Doesn't have buyback, but is going to survive and kill the Lone Druid. But dies to the creeps and has no buyback. We'll be able to buy back now, actually. So, time's working out quite well. Aegis goes down. Sorry, I got distracted by looking at buyback timers. This fight is still very close. And Kizu is back in there. The roar is getting him. Oh, these creeps are going to kill him. I think this is GG. And yes, GG is called by Sawyer. Kizu came close, but eventually dies to the Scream of Pain. And that is it. The game is over. Team Pandemonium. Pacific Standard Time. Sunday League. Defeat Gruesome Grizzlies. Sven, Kizu on the Sven played very well. Did his best, but not able to do enough. James Harden, another excellent game. 17 kills, 2 deaths, 15 assists. Great work. KDP on the Magnus, 17 assists. Had a good game. Died a lot, but you know, it was an obvious target. He was creating all these initiations, so he was getting targeted out of these team fights pretty early. And that is going to do it for my broadcast of Reddit Does 2 League for tonight. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.